Yes, I'm live now. Welcome once again to another new video. This is Santu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. So in this YouTube video, I'll be covering the UGC NET Paper-1 syllabus. As I was telling earlier that I will be studying making videos. I will be starting making videos on UGC NET Paper-1 as well as on English literature. So and today in this YouTube video I will be covering the full syllabus of UGC NET Paper-1. I will be discussing all these things of all the 10 units will be covered in this video here. Do join and send me the confirmation if everything is okay, if I am audible and visible to all of you. If the PPT is also visible to all of you, I will be covering the full syllabus of UGC NET Paper-1. Do join and let me know if everything is okay, if the PPT is visible and if I am audible and visible to all of you. I'll be starting classes for UGC NET Paper-1 as well as on English literature. So here in this YouTube video I'll be covering the full syllabus, all the 10 units and what you need to study and how you will prepare for the upcoming UGC NET Paper-1. So, and here is the PPT. Okay, you can see the PDF here as well. Okay, do join and let me know if everything is okay. I think everything is okay. So let's begin the session here. I'll be covering the 10 units. So in UGC NET Paper-1, okay, thank you. So you see in UGC NET Paper-1, you will get total 50 questions. Okay, you will get total 50 questions. So 50 questions will be from 10 units. In UGC NET Paper-1, there are total 10 units. In 10 units, from that out of 10 units, you are getting total 50 questions. Okay, and each question consists of 2 marks. Okay, so total 100 marks. Okay, so Paper-1 का जो syllabus है, that is actually you are having total 10 units. The first unit that you need to study is teaching aptitude. Okay, teaching aptitude is the first unit, unit 1. In teaching aptitude, you are having the concept of teaching. That means the definition of teaching. Various definition of teaching was given by various educationalists, and its objectives actually teaching, the concept, objectives, levels of teaching like memory level, understanding level, reflective level. Like memory level was given by here. You see there are 3 levels of teaching. One is memory level, understanding level, reflective level. These are all student centered, teacher centered. Okay, student centered, teacher centered level teaching. Memory level जिसने किया that was given by Harvard. Okay, memory level जिसने Harvard दिया था. Understanding that is Morrison ने दिया है. It was given by Morrison, whereas reflective was given by Hunt. Reflective was given by Hunt. Okay, so there are 3 levels of teaching. So the concepts, the objectives of teaching, levels of teaching, then some characteristics. Okay, some characteristics and basic requirements of teaching. And now in the second here, learner characteristic. That means we have the adolescent learner as well as the adult learner. What are the characteristics of adolescent learners and adult learners? Okay, like academic, social, emotional and cognitive development and individual difference. Okay, what are the individual differences between the learner? What are the individual differences between the learner? Okay, you need to read all these things, study all these things. Okay, I will be covering all these things one by one in the upcoming videos. If you study right now, from now, okay, you will be definitely benefited for the upcoming UGC NET exam. And here, factors affecting teaching related to teacher, learner, support material. That means to get the effective teaching. Okay, you need here factors affecting teacher related to teacher, learner, support material. What are the support material? What are the tools? Then instructional facilities, learning environment and institution. These are factors that are affecting teaching related to these are. Then methods of teaching, just like learner center, student center, offline versus online. Then Swam, Swamprobha, MOOC, massive open online course, Swamprobha. These are the methods of teaching in institution of higher learning, like teacher centered versus learner centered. Okay, टीचर सेंटर क्या होता है, लर्नर सेंटर क्या होता है, ऑफलाइन वर्सेस ऑनलाइन मेथड्स, like here swarm, swarm proba, move, all these things you need to study. Okay, moving ahead to next slide here. And what are the teaching support system? Traditional, modern, and ICT. So now we are having the ICT based system, modern and ICT, and traditional, the earlier. Okay, traditional, modern, and ICT based teaching support. Now evaluation, like we have that is formative evaluation. Okay, formative evaluation, summative evaluation, placement evaluation. These are all elements and types of evaluation. That is formative evaluation, summative evaluation, placement evaluation. Evaluation in choice based credit, that is CBCS. Okay, that is CBCS. Okay, choice based credit system in higher education, computer based and computer assisted, CBT. Okay, and that is computer based here, innovations and evaluation systems. So these are all things that you need to study well. Whereas okay, some things also added here, just like a webinar, symposium, webinar, seminar. Okay, seminar, webinar, symposium, colloquium. These are all things you need to study one by one. I will be covering all these things okay, one by one. Okay, so teaching systems, teaching aptitude here. These are all things you need to study. And some basic requirements of the teachings also are given here. Now the second unit is here, research aptitude. Research aptitude. What is research? The definition of research. Okay, what are the types of research? What and its characteristics? Okay, types of research, like we have that is descriptive research, analytic research. We have ex post facto research. We have explorative research, the next analytic research, action research. Okay, all these research. Okay, these are types of research, the meaning, types, and its characteristics. We'll be covering one by one. Then positivism and what is positivism and approach to research. So there are types of research. There are several types of approach to research. Okay, so I also will be covering all these things. Then the method of research. Okay, how a research is conducted. Okay, that is the methods of research, how a people will conduct a research. Okay, that is experimental method, descriptive method, historical, qualitative and quantitative. Okay, experimental जैसे कि laboratory में होता है, the experimental. Okay, then descriptive, historical, qualitative and quantitative methods. These are the methods you need to study. Okay, now what are the steps of research? Okay, what are the steps of research? स्टेप्स ऑफ रिसर्च कैसे होता है? ठीक है, पहले क्या होता है, पहले प्रॉब्लम को, पहले टॉपिक को करने के बाद प्रॉब्लम, पहले फर्स्ट यू जस्ट डिफाइन द प्रॉब्लम. ओके, then steps of there are various types of research. Okay, and there are steps of research you conduct. Then thesis and article writing, format and styles of referencing. तो thesis जो होता है, what is the format of writing a thesis? What is the format of article? Okay, format and styles of referencing, that is a APA style. ठीक है, modern APA style, American style, APA, MLA. These are all styles. Okay, of writing a format, writing a thesis, APA, MLA. Okay, then application of ICT research. Okay, application of ICT in research. Okay, then research ethics, that is unbiased falsification. Ethics होता है, unbiased होगा research का ethics थोड़ा. Okay, the application of ICT in research also, that is also available here. Now there will be a comprehension. There will be a comprehension. Comprehension में क्या रहेगा? Comprehension में एक comprehension रहेगा. There will be 5 questions. So 5 questions total in comprehension. It is compulsory. Okay, you know that 50 questions are compulsory. There is no negative mark. Actually there is no negative mark. ठीक है, 50 questions are compulsory. You will have to attempt. Okay, comprehension really means here unseen passage. Okay, this is unseen passage. Okay, this is unseen passage. A passage of text to be given, questions be asked from passage to be answered. Okay, there will be total 5 questions. Okay, and 5 questions contains 10 marks. So this is compulsory. You have to attempt. Okay, a passage of text to be given, question be asked from the passage be answered. Okay, so this is comprehension. This is compulsory. You have to. Then the communications. Communications here. Communications mean its meaning, the definition of communication, its meaning and types. Like there are communications like vertical communications, horizontal communications, then grapevine communications. Okay, then we have upward, downward communications, as well as formal, informal communications. These are all types of communication and characteristics of communication. Okay, effective communications. Okay, how can be communication effective? Okay, that is here verbal and non-verbal communications, intercultural, intracultural communications, classroom communication कैसे होता है? What are the barriers? Okay, what are the barriers to effective communications? Okay, what are the things? What द बैरियर्स ऑफ इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, क्या रोकता है, ठीक है, मास मीडिया एंड सोसाइटी, दीज आर ऑल थिंग्स नीड टू cover. Okay, I'll be covering everything, okay, one by one, like in the upcoming classes. Okay, and here you need to find the mathematical reasoning and aptitude types of reasoning तो रहेगा उधर, नंबर सीरीज रहेगा, लेटर सीरीज रहेगा, कोड्स, रिलेशनशिप्स. मैथमेटिकल एप्टीट्यूड में फ्रैक्शन रहेगा, टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस, रेशियो, प्रोपोर्शन and percentage, profit and loss, interest and discounting, and average. And there is another part called DI. Okay, DI, there will be total 5 questions, and here will be I'm coming to the topic here. DI is most important here. Okay, DI is here. Unit 7 में DI है, ठीक है. So unit 6 में there is logical reasoning. What is logical reasoning? That is understanding the structure of arguments. Okay, arguments form structure of categorical proposition, that is mood and figure, formal and informal fallacies, usage of language, connotations, denotations of term, classical square of opposition, that is we have A, E, I, O, ठीक है, universal positive, universal negative, so that is square of opposition, classical square of opposition, mood and figure, ठीक है. Evaluating and distinguishing deductive, what is deductive reasoning, what is inductive reasoning, ठीक है. Then analogies क्या कैसे होता है, Venn diagram, simple and multiple use of establishing validity of arguments, Indian logic है जैसे प्रमाण, अनुमान, उपमाना, शब्द, अर्थोपैथी, that is प्रमाण. Here you see प्रमाण is divided into प्रत्यक्ष, perception, अनुमान, inference, उपमाना, comparison, शब्द, verbal testimony, अर्थोपैथी means implications, and अनुपयुक्तली, that is non-apprehension. Okay, and there are also structure and kinds of anupama, that is inference, vyapti, fallacies of inference. So all things, this is a logical reasoning. Okay, this is IR unit 6 actually. Okay, then unit 7 में क्या रहेगा, data interpretation रहेगा. Data interpretation, there will be what kind of data interpretation given, sources, acquisition and classification of data, quantitative, qualitative data रहेगा, graphical ज्यादातर graphical representation रहता है, it is bar chart रहता है, histogram रहता है, pie chart रहता है, table chart and line chart, and mapping of data. So here you will get total 5 questions and of 10 marks. Okay, that is also compulsory and data interpretation. Okay, so if you can, okay, attempt, so you have to attempt total 50 questions. Okay, if 35 questions, okay, are correct, okay, then you will see that, okay, no, you have done well. 35 questions are correct होता है, that is excellent. Okay, out of 50 question में अगर 35 question correct होता है, ठीक है, so that is a good score. 35 में आपको 70 marks मिलेगा. 70 marks in paper 1 is very good. Okay, चलो, here information and communication technology है. Information and communication technology में ICT, that is ICT general abbreviation रहेगा, ठीक है, abbreviation रहेगा, जैसे कि RAM, ROM, ऐसे RAM, random access memory, internal memory, जैसे कि abbreviation and terminology, ठीक है. So then basis of internet, इंट्रानेट क्या होता है, ईमेल क्या होता है, ऑडियो एंड वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग, डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव्स इन हायर एजुकेशन, जैसे कि स्वाम फॉर मूव, these are all things. Okay, e-पाठशाला, these are all things you need to need cover. And ICT and governance. Okay, governance में ICT, what is the applications of ICT in governance, that is ICT. Okay, and here the unit 9 here, that is a very vast part, people, development and environment. Okay, जैसे कि मिलेनियम डेवलपमेंट गोल, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल, ठीक है. देन ह्यूमन एंड एनवायरनमेंट इंटरेक्शन में क्या रहता है, एंथ्रोपोलॉजिक एक्टिविटीज. ओके, एंड देन इंपैक्ट्स ऑन एनवायरनमेंट, एंथ्रोपोलॉजिक एक्टिविटीज एंड देयर इंपैक्ट्स ऑन एनवायरनमेंट क्या रहता है. व्हाट आर द एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज लाइक लोकल, रीजनल, ग्लोबल, एयर पोल्यूशन, वाटर पोल्यूशन, सॉइल पोल्यूशन, नॉइज पोल्यूशन, वेस्ट like solid, liquid, biomedical, hazardous, electronic, climate change, and it is socio-economic, political dimension. So these are the environmental issues. Then impacts of pollutants on human health. ठीक है, impacts of pollutants on the human health government. ठीक है, natural and energy resources like solar, wind, soil, hydro, geothermal, biomass, nuclear, forests, natural hazards and disaster like mitigation strategies. Now some Environmental Protection Act, National Act Plan, then Montreal Protocol, Rio Summit, then you have CO, that is Convention, Biodiversity Convention, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, International Solar Alliance. These are all things you need to cover all these things. ठीक है, Convention CBD, that is Conventions on Biodiversity. The last part is here higher education system, institutions of higher learning, and that is before the before our independence. Okay, uh, and after the independence, like here, the policies, governance and administration. ठीक है. Institutions of higher learning education in ancient, पहले तो एंशियंट इंडिया में क्या क्या था, लाइक नालंदा, जो था नालंदा, बहुत सारे जो एंशियंट इंडिया में जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम कैसे था. इंस्टीट्यूशंस ऑफ हायर लर्निंग एंड एजुकेशन in ancient India, evaluation of higher learning and research in post-independence India, ठीक है, oriental, conventional, non-conventional learning programs in India, professional, technical and skill-based education, value education, environmental education, policies and governance. So you see here there is a note, 5 questions each carrying 2 marks are to be set from each module, and whenever graphical and that is also not to cover here. So these are all 10 units. Okay, within 10 units, okay, you are getting total 50 questions. So 50 questions are compulsory. There is no negative mark. If you can correct, okay, 35 questions. Okay, 35 questions out of 50 questions, that will be a good score. So in 35 questions, you are getting total 70 marks. So 70 out of 100 in 60 minutes, 1 hour. Okay, you have to cover. So this is actually a good score. Okay, everybody will say this is a good score if 35 questions are right. Okay, have you understood, okay, what the total, this is about the brief analysis or discussions on UGC NET Paper-1 syllabus. Okay, I will be covering one by one in the upcoming days. I will be starting with teaching aptitude. Okay, and I'll be starting with teaching aptitude. Tomorrow I'll be making a video on teaching aptitude, the concepts, the objectives and the levels of here teaching, like memory level, understanding level and reflective level. Okay, this was a short video on UGC NET Paper-1 syllabus. Okay, thank you, and let's end the session.